Jnanakosha, Puranas, Introduction.
Sargascha pratisargascha vamsho manvantaraani cha vamshanucharitanchaiva Puranam Panchalakshanam.
Vishnu Purana Introduction. The Vishnu Purana is one of the 18 Mahapuranas, a generary of ancient and medieval texts of Hinduism. It is an important Pancharatras text in the Vaishnavism literature corpus. The manuscripts of Vishnu Purana have survived into the modern era in many versions. More than any other major Purana, the Vishnu Purana presents its contents in Panchalakshana format: Sarga, Pratisarga, Vamsa, Manvantara, and Vamsanucharitra. Some manuscripts of the text are notable for not including sections found in other major Puranas, such as those on but some versions include chapters on temples and travel to sacred pilgrimage sites. The text is also notable as the earliest Purana to have been translated and published in 1864 CE by H. Wilson, based on manuscripts then available, setting the presumptions and premises about what Puranas may have been. The Vishnu Purana is among the shorter Purana texts, which about 7,000 verses in extant versions. The primarily centers around the Hindu god Vishnu and his avatars such as Krishna, but it praises Brahma and Shiva and asserts that they are one with Vishnu. The Purana, states Wilson, is pantheist, and the ideas in it, like other Puranas, are premised on the Vedic beliefs and ideas. Vishnu Purana, like all other major Puranas, attributes its author to the sage Veda Vyasa. The actual author and date of its composition are unknown and contested. Estimates of its composition range from 1st millennium BCE to early 2nd millennium CE. The text was likely composed and written in layers over a period of time, with roots possibly in ancient 1st millennium BCE texts that have not survived into the modern era. The Padma Purana categorizes Vishnu Purana as a Sattva Purana. As they exist today, the Puranas are a stratified literature. Each titled work consists of material that has grown by numerous accretions in successive historical eras. Thus, no Puranas has a single date of composition. Structure. The extant text comprises 6 amsas, parts, and 126 adhyayas, chapters. The first part has 22 chapters, the second part consists 16 chapters, the third part comprises 18 chapters, and the fourth part has 24 chapters. The fifth and the sixth parts are the longest and the shortest part of the text, comprising 38 and 8 chapters respectively. The textual tradition claims that the original Vishnu Purana had 23,000 verses, but the surviving manuscripts have just a third of these, about 7,000 verses. The text is composed in metric verse or sloka, wherein each verse has exactly 32 syllables, of which 16 syllables in the verse may be free style as per ancient literary standards. The Vishnu Purana is an exception in that it presents its contents in Vishnu worship related Panchalakshana format: Sarga, Pratisarga, Vamsha, Manvantara, and Vamsanucharitra. That is the cosmology, mythological genealogy of the gods, cosmic cycles, and legends during the times of various kings. This is rare state the myth and one, because just 2% of the known Puranic literature corpus is about these 5 Panchalakshana items, and about 98% is about diverse range of encyclopedic topics. Contents. Vishnu Purana opens as a conversation between sage Maitreya and his guru Parashara, with the sage asking what is the nature of his universe, this universe, and everything that is in it. First Amsa, cosmology. The first Amsa of Vishnu Purana presents cosmology dealing with the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe. The mythology states is woven with the evolutionary theories of Samakhya school of Hindu philosophy. The Hindu god Vishnu is presented as the central element of this text cosmology, unlike some other Puranas where Shiva or Brahma or goddess Shakti are. The reverence and the worship of Vishnu is described in 22 chapters of the first part of the means for liberation, along with the profuse use of the synonymous names of Vishnu such as Hari, Janardhana, Madhava, Achyuta, Rishikesha, and others. The chapters 60 through 20 of the Vishnu Purana of the first part presents the legend of compassionate and Vishnu devotee Prahlada and his persecution by his demon king father Hiranyakashipu, wherein Prahlada is ultimately saved by Vishnu. This story is also found in other Puranas. Vishnu is described in the first book of Vishnu Purana as translates all elements, all matter in the world, the entire universe, all living beings, as well as Atman, soul within every living being, nature, intellect, ego, mind, senses, ignorance, wisdom, the 4 Vedas, all that is and all that is not. Second Hamsa, earth. The second part of the text describes its theory of earth, the 7 continents and 7 oceans. It describes Mount Meru, Mount Mandara, and other major mountains, as well as Bharatavarsha. This, along with the numerous rivers and diverse. The 7 continents are named Jambu, Palaksha, Salmala, Kusha, Krauncha, Shakha, and Pushkara, each surrounded by different types of liquid, salt, fresh water, wine, sugarcane, juice, clarified butter, liquid yogurt. This part of the Vishnu Purana describes spheres about the earth, planets, the sun, and the moon. 4 chapters, that is from 13th to 16th in the second part of the text, presents the legends of King Bharata, who dictates his throne to lead the life of sannyasi, which is similar to the legends found in Bhagavad Purana. The geography of Mount Mandara as east of Mount Meru presents in this book and other Purana state may be related to the word mandir, Hindu temple, and the reason for its design, image, aim, and destination. Third Amsa, time. The initial chapter of the 3rd book of the Vishnu Purana represents its theory of Manvantras or Manu's ages. This is premised upon the Hindu belief that everything is cyclic and even yugas start nature and then dissolve. 6 Manvantras states the text have already passed and the current age belong to the 7th. In each age asserts the text, the Vedas are arranged into 4. It is challenged, and this has happened 28 times already. Each time a Veda Vyasa appears and he diligently organizes the eternal knowledge with the aid of his students. After presenting the emergence of Vedic schools, the text presents the ethical duties of 4 varnas, 4 ashramas of the life of human being, and rites of passage, including passage, including wedding rituals and Shraddha in some of the chapters. Vishnu Purana asserts that the Brahmin should study Shastras, worship gods, and perform libations on behalf of others. The Kshatriya should maintain arms and protect the earth. The Vaishya should engage in commerce and farming, while the Shudra should subsist by profits of trade, service, other varnas, and through mechanical labor. The text asserts that ethical duties of all varnas is to do good to others, never abuse anyone, never engage in calumny or untruth, never covet another person's wife, never steal another's prosperity, never bear ill will towards anyone, never beat or slay any human being or living being. Be diligent in the service of the gods, sages, and Guru. Asserts the Puranas, seek the welfare of the creatures, one's own children, and of one's own soul. Anyone, regardless of their varna or stage of life, who lives a life according to the above duties is the best worshipper of Vishnu, claims the Vishnu Purana. Similar statements on ethical duties of man are found in other parts of Vishnu Purana. The text describes the 4 stages of life: Brahmacharya, Grahasthashra, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. The text repeats the ethical duties and chapters on Shraddha, rites of our ancestors, describe the rites associated with the death in family, the preparation of the dead body, its cremation, and the rituals after the cremation. The 3rd book closes with the legend of Vishnu, Maya Moha, helping the Devas win over Asura by teaching the Asuras heretical doctrines that deny the Vedas, who declare their contempt for the Vedas, which makes them easy to identify and thereby defeat. 4 Tamsa dynasties. The 4th book of the text, in 24 long chapters, presents mythical royal dynasties, starting with Brahma, followed by solar and lunar dynasties. Then those on earth over the yugas, with the Prakrit asserted as the current king. The text includes the legends of numerous mythical characters such as Shaurabri, Mandatri, Narmada, sage Kapila, Rama, Nimi, Janaka, Buddha, Satyavati, Puru, Yadu, Krishna, Devaka, Pandu, Kuru, Bharata, Bhishma, and others. 5th Tamsa, Krishna. The 5th book of the Vishnu Purana is the longest, with 38 chapters. It is dedicated to the legend of Krishna as an avatar of Vishnu. This book begins with the story of Krishna's birth, his childhood pranks and plays, his exploits, his purpose of ending the tyranny of demon tyrant king of Mathura named Kamsa. The Krishna's story in the Vishnu Purana is similar to his legend in the Bhagavata Purana, in several other Puranas, and the Harivamsa of the Mahabharata. Scholars have long debated whether the Bhagavata Purana expanded the Krishna legend in the Vishnu Purana or whether the later abridged the version in former, or both depends on the Harivamsa, estimated to have been composed sometime in the 1st millennium of the Common Era. 6th Amsha, liberation. The last book of the Vishnu Purana is the shortest, with 8 chapters. The first part of the 6th book asserts that Kali Yuga is vicious, cruel, and filled with evilness that creates suffering. Yet Kali Yuga is excellent because one can refuse to join the evil, devote oneself to Vishnu, and thus achieve salvation. The last chapters of the 6th and 7th of the text discusses yoga and meditation as a means to Vishnu devotion. Contemplative devotion, asserts the text, is the union with the Brahman, which is only achievable with virtues such as compassion, truth, honesty, disinterestedness, self-restraint, and holy studies. The text mentions 5 yamas, 5 niyamas, pranayama, and pratyahara. The pure and perfect soul is called Vishnu, states the text, and absorption in Vishnu is liberation. The final chapter asserts itself to be an imperishable Vaishnava Purana. The influences. Vishnu Purana is one of the 18 major Puranas, and these texts share many legends likely influenced each other. The fifth chapter of the Vishnu Purana was likely influenced by the Mahabharata. Similarly, the verses on rites of passage and ashramas of life are likely drawn from the Dharma Sutra literature. Vishnu Purana have Advaita Vedanta and Yoga influence. The Vedanta scholars Ramanuja, according to the Sucharita, incorporated ideas from the Vishnu Purana to identify the Brahman, a concept in the Upanishads, with Vishnu, thus providing the Vedic foundation to the Sri Vaishnava tradition.